So this weekend, we're kicking off the MotoGP race at Sachsenring. Now, this is the track in Germany that is very unorthodox due to the fact that it has 10 left-hand turns and only 3 right-handers. So if you favor those left-hand turns, this is the track for you. We're going to do a little preview action of what's going on, but first we have to address the news that Gresini Racing has announced that next year they will not be running the Aprilias that they currently are running the factory team for, but instead will be racing Ducatis, and they will be housing the 2 seats for Enea Bastianini and newcomer to the class, Fabio Di Gianantonio. So big step for Gresini as they're going to go to a brand that has been proven and is currently winning races, as well as 2 up-and-coming guys that are going to be staples in the MotoGP paddock for a long while. But that is not until next year. Let's address this year's race. So we're going into Sachsenring, which is undoubtedly the track that is owned by Marc Marquez. But given the conditions of his health and the bike that Honda has provided for him this year, there seems to be definitely a little more doubt over if Marquez is going to be able to dominate as he has. So this is not just some 2 or 3 year win streak. Marc Marquez has won and captured pole position the last 10 times that MotoGP has come into Sachsenring, depending on not just the MotoGP class, but back to Moto2 and his 125 days. That's an absolutely insane streak. So when asked in the press conference if Marc would be able to continue that streak, his rivals didn't seem to put it out of the question at all. I think they all universally were under the impression that this is a track that Marc Marquez still has a good shot at being there and competitive and fighting for the win on Sunday. Marquez himself also seemed to think that this could be a round that would be beneficial for him, mainly due to the fact that it does have the 10 left-hand turns, and that is better for his condition with his arm. Seeing as he only has 3 right-hand turns to navigate, he seemed to think that this would be the first race without physical limitations for him. So can Marc extend his streak to 11? It's going to be tough this year, but we'll just have to wait and find out. Another question raised by this track was, how would the Ducatis do? Ducati has been on it this year and probably has one of the best bikes they've ever put together as far as how competitive it is for multiple riders. When asked if they thought that this could be a track where the GP21 would struggle, Jack Miller didn't really seem to think so. He said that he's really confident with their 2021 package, and considering the last time they rode here was actually 2019, since they did not go here during this COVID-affected round last year, he seemed to think that this would be a spot where they wouldn't necessarily struggle. And while he wasn't saying they dominate or anything, he did seem to think that this would be a track where they could have a shot at being competitive. Now that's it for MotoGP. Tune in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on MotoGP.com or wherever MotoGP is shown where you watch, and see what does happen come race day.